कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजामि अहम्।
From tears to smiles. 26th January 2001, 8:46 a.m. Probably you were on your way to the Republic Day parade. Probably you had just started reading the newspaper. Probably you were sleeping. 2 minutes later, 8:48 a.m., you were already in the mood to watch the salutes and the march past. You had reached page 3 of the newspaper. 2 myths. Gujarat had already made it to the world headlines. 2 minutes. You were breathing in fresh air in the comfort of your home. 2 minutes. Over 13,000 people breathed their last under the debris of their homes. हाथ बढ़ाऊं तो किसे बढ़ाऊं, शायद उनको भी जानता था मैं, शायद ये ही मेरा बेटा है। एक बार, बस एक बार इसका चेहरा आ जाए नजर। January 26, 2001. Gujarat was rocked by a killer quake, measuring 6.9 on the Richter scale. Epicenter near Chobari, 30 kilometers from Bachau. In one go, the shock waves unleashed a trail of massive destruction, causing widespread deaths, injuries, and devastation. $13,805 lives lost. 7,633 villages adversely affected. 1,67,000 people injured. Over 12 lakh houses damaged. 10,000 small and medium-scale industries went out of production. 50,000 artisans lost their livelihoods. 50 lakh people needed immediate relief. Large number of high-rise and low-rise buildings collapsed. Power supply, water supply, communications disrupted. Kutch district cut off from the rest of the world. This killer earthquake was one of the worst in 180 years of Indian history. Na bhuto, na bhavishyati. This disaster was more devastating than Latur, Kobe and Mexico. It released an energy equivalent to 45 lakh tons of TNT, approximating to over 300 Hiroshima-type bombs. Affected an area of 1,82,639 square kilometers, more than the geographical area of Assam and West Bengal put together. An estimated reconstruction cost of over 8,000 crore rupees, almost 6 times more as compared to Latur rehabilitation. But amidst the debris and death, a row of flowers somehow looked out of place, unaffected, spelling out rays of hope. Hope never dies, as they say, it just sleeps for a while. मिट्टी का पुतला हूं, मिट्टी में मिल जाऊंगा, पर जमीन ही ना रही अगर तो किस मिट्टी में सांस लूंगा। उठ खड़ा हूंगा वक्त के खंडरों से, खिले हो फूल जैसे सिसकियों की वादी से। But what does it take to gently awaken this hope from its slumber, to brush aside the tears and start smiling, to rise from the ashes and start building again. Grit, resilience, the will to survive, and the spirit to fight back. The government of Gujarat sprung into action and launched full-scale emergency rescue and relief operations. Fleet of 28 senior IAS officers deputed on special duty. Civil and police machinery operational for immediate rescue operations. State-level round-the-clock earthquake control room set up. Satellite telephones organized by 9:30 a.m. 21,672 civil officials deployed immediately. Team of doctors and specialists dispatched to Bhuj by helicopters. Thousands of army and paramilitary personnel deployed in all affected districts. 13,500 manpower mobilized for relief operations. 3,000 buses plied round the clock, moving injured people and relief supplies. Assistance poured in from all over. Over 250 special chartered international flights carrying doctors, rescue teams, sniffer dogs, equipment, trauma kits and medicines arrived from all over the world. The massive devastation called for nothing less than a heroic team effort. And everybody pitched in. State government, central government, the NGOs, down to the man on the street. But the task was uphill. Bhuj Airport was damaged, and so was Surajbari Bridge. The Indian Air Force did a commendable job. 48 aircrafts, 957 sorties carrying foreign rescue teams, engineering and communication equipment, medicines, tents, etc. This despite the fact that the Air Force had sustained 96 fatal casualties and the airport was damaged. Surajbari Bridge and Bhuj Airport were repaired on a war footing basis. Distribution of relief material was streamlined. Effective coordination with the NGOs was put in place. The need of the hour was to rescue as many people as possible, give medical attention to those who were injured. Heavy equipment were pressed into action. 17 lakh truckloads of debris removed in 3 months. 615 specialists with 2,371 medical teams operational statewide. $17,000 operations including orthopedics conducted. 454 serious cases airlifted from Bhuj for special treatment. 2,500 ambulances and jeeps mobilized. 50 field hospitals set up within days with the help of NGOs. It was still uphill. Aftershocks continued, but people fought on. ST buses with their seats removed were converted into mobile first aid centers. Doctors, nurses, volunteers worked round the clock. Government employees, who too had lost their near and dear ones, chose to remain on duty. Simultaneously, the administration went about restoring essential services. Power supply to Bhuj was restored within 48 hours. Water supply restored within 36 hours. 2,000 telephone lines, each in Bhuj and Gandhidham, restored on the same day. Alternate communication systems set up using satellite telephones and ham radio. 2,43,000 family kits distributed. 28,000 tons of food grains distributed in a period of 2 weeks. Over 2.5 lakh tents and tarpaulins were distributed in coordination with NGOs and other agencies. Immediate compensation measures were taken. The Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, immediately announced a contribution from the Prime Minister's Relief Fund for reconstruction of schools and Bhuj Hospital. भरी दोपहरी में अंधियारा, सूरज परछाई से हारा, अंतरतम का नेह निचोड़े, बुझी हुई बाती सुलगाएं, आओ फिर से दिया जलाएं. In a disaster of this magnitude, the Relief Administration worked on a specific strategy with clearly laid down priorities and goals. Relief and rescue was the immediate need of the hour, but that was only a beginning. Reconstruction efforts had to be planned. Rehabilitation initiatives had to be conceived. Gujarat needed a complete rebuilding. Gujarat State Disaster Management Authority, GSDMA, a first-of-its-kind state nodal agency, was hence established to coordinate the comprehensive earthquake recovery program and to administer the rehabilitation, reconstruction and rebuilding initiatives.
On assuming the office of the Chief Minister,
Shri Narendra Modi organized visits to the affected areas along with his ministers and other senior officials. On-the-spot problem solving was encouraged. Field reporting was mandatory. Shri Narendra Modi also insisted on taking quick policy decisions to make the rehabilitation process more effective. Everything demanded immediate attention. Damage assessment was a task in itself. Prioritization was an absolute necessity. ईश्वर रूठा था, धरती थी फटी, बचा था तो बस पुरुषार्थ और आशाएं फिर से जगी. Rehabilitation thrust areas identified and the efforts continued with a sharper focus. Housing. Over 12 lakh houses damaged. Repairs and reconstruction a monumental task. But the focus was unwavering and the hearts raring. ₹1,613 crore rupees disbursed. Comprehensive policy with 5 packages devised. 172 lakh cement bags distributed through 1,082 material banks. Over 6,000 engineers trained, 27,000 master masons and masons trained. Education. 4,938 classrooms reconstructed. 42,622 classrooms repaired. 9,930 intermediate schoolrooms set up. All schools reopened on time. All examinations on time. Summer schools for trauma reduction. Health. First natural calamity after which there has been no outbreak of epidemic or any waterborne diseases. Construction of 300-bedded ultra-modern Bhuj Hospital in process. Total number of patients treated 1,67,000, including 720 spinal injury cases and 104 paraplegia cases. Mental trauma restricted to only 3% as against the ICMR projections of 10 to 15%. All health facilities functional in 449 intermediate structures. 1,708 Anganwadis repaired, 107 reconstructed, 81 units reconstructed. Livelihoods. Nature's pink slip to the workers and artisans left them in the red, with absolutely no means of survival. Industry had collapsed. Livelihoods had to be revived. 1,238 salt workers given assistance, 14,639 toolkits to artisans, 12,528 toolkits to handicraft artisans, 125 lakh rupees disbursed as working capital assistance to 1,250 handloom weavers. 58,163 farmers provided with input kits. 16,569 beneficiaries covered under trade and commerce package. 46,828 farmers given assistance for farm structures. 77,915 farmers given assistance for irrigation assets. 13,367 families provided assistance for self-employment under bankable scheme. 517.62 lakh rupees disbursed as assistance to 13,164 small cabins and shops. 2,946 handlooms to handloom artisans. Subsidy assistance to 1,982 small industries. Public infrastructure. 2,592 public buildings totally destroyed. 8,131 partially damaged. The infrastructure was in shambles, but restoration was carried out at an enviable pace. All government offices functional. 2,012 government offices repaired. 245 dams emergency repaired, including 3 drinking water dams of Kutch. Power restoration work in progress to strengthen 1,065 kilometers of power distribution network and 3,051 kilometers of power transmission line. Strengthening of 185 kilometers of state road done. 1,032 kilometers of rural roads strengthened. Completion of repairs, reconstruction of bridges, associated structures of 26 units. Completion of major and minor repairs of 5,383 public buildings and reconstruction of 32 buildings. 6 towns and 9 villages covered under 6 bulk and other water supply schemes. 2 towns and over 730 villages and hamlets covered under 7 rural water supply schemes. Social. Homes is equal to hopes plus houses. Houses were being rebuilt, but people needed homes. Orphans, widows, disabled. The social fabric had to be rewoven. 5,029 disabled persons have been provided 7 truckloads of supportive devices. 998 widows sanctioned pension, assistance, over and above other assistance provided in respective schemes. 245 aged without support have been sanctioned old age pension. 88 paraplegia cases under surveillance. Bal Kutirs established for orphans and single parent children. 12 short stay homes, 3 working women hostels and 23 creches are functional. 5 child lines at Bhuj, Anjar, Bachao, Gandhidham and Rapar. Special fund of 15 crore rupees for welfare activities of orphans, widows and aged. 2 lakh rupees each for 384 orphans kept in fixed deposit in the joint name of district authorities and the child. In retrospect, it was not just about money, materials, mobilization. It was not just about resources, rescue, restoration. It was more about people really. Their blood, sweat and tears. About rebuilding their lives and hopes and diminishing their fears. It was all about people of Gujarat, people outside Gujarat, people who haven't slept, people who have slept never to rise again, different people, and all those people who have made all the difference. a tribute to them all and a silent prayer of goodwill for the entire mankind from the government and the people of Gujarat. टूटे हुए सपनों की सुने कौन सिसकी, अंतर को चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी। हार नहीं मानूंगा, रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता मिटाता हूं, गीत नया गाता हूं, गीत नया गाता हूं।